So today I'm going to be going over 10 of the best fragrance blind buys I have ever made. I roll the dice all the time. I can almost say with certainty that 100% of my fragrance purchases are blind buys. Now, every so often on a rare occasion, I'll end up sampling something first, and then later on down the line, could be weeks, could even be months, could even be years, I finally end up picking up a bottle. And I guess in that instance, it wouldn't technically be a blind buy because I had smelled it prior, even if I couldn't remember smelling it that long ago. So there are those rare occasions, but again, it's like 99.9% of my purchases are blind buys, especially all the new releases that come out every year all at once. Those are all blind buys at full retail. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't sample hardly anything. I just go right in. And so with all of those blind buy purchases, because I've purchased a lot of fragrances, which ones have worked out the best so far? That's what we're talking about today. Now, I have a mailing list you can sign up to. So lately, some pretty good deals have been dropping. Some pretty rare things have been dropping. Stuff like Armani, Stronger With You, absolutely. Dior Homme Original, Fahrenheit, Les Parfums, things of that nature. Anytime something like that comes in stock, I shoot an email out and I post in my community tab as well. So if you want to get in on that action, first link down below. I want to get things kicked off with Mugler Cologne. So nice, fresh, green, soapy scent right here. You guys probably remember the hype wave that was riding on this one a while back, years and years ago, back when I first got started about 6 years ago. This was getting a good amount of talk, and then it just kind of slowly withered away, but it's still a great one even in 2023. It's got neroli, bergamot, petitgrain, and musk is some of the main notes. Soapy and clean, that is the way to describe it. No other way other than soapy, clean, and fresh, because that's literally what this is. Smells great. Is it something that's going to completely blow you away? Probably not at all. But is it something that you can wear and almost say with certainty that you're just going to smell nice and pleasant to pretty much everyone around you? Yes. Smells like an expensive bar of soap. Great for the months of spring, and just a great blind buy all around. Okay, next up we have Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum version. So cherry, almond, and vanilla is what makes up the substance of this one here. It's one of my favorites from the line. It is simply just amazing and truly unique. So if you're after something that just is not your ordinary, everyday release for men, this is going to be something that you have to look into if you haven't already. Generally, this goes anywhere from $80 to $90, 100 mil. So it's not cheap, but also for what you get, it's quite a bargain. And it is so distinct because of the mixture of notes that they're using, most notably the cherry and almond. Two of those notes aren't used a ton in men's fragrances. Vanilla is used heavily, but that cherry almond mixture is really what sets this one apart, and it just gives it this unique, classy, refined, sophisticated, upscale type of smell. Definitely a great gentleman scent, one that I obviously blind bought along with the whole entire line actually, and this one in particular just worked out great. Really, they all did, but this is one of my favorites. Next up, we have Hugo Boss The Scent Les Parfums. So I bought this when it was a new release last year, I believe. This year we got Magnetic. So this was last year's new one, and I bought it at full retail as soon as it came out. Didn't even give it a second chance. I just went for it, and it turned out to be really good. It's got maninka fruit, some woody notes in here, and then some iris. So when I saw that note breakdown, and most notably the iris accord, I was pretty excited for it. So I was waiting for it to come in. I got it, I smelled it, and it's worked out to be quite a nice scent. Very distinct because of that maninka fruit accord. It's obviously going to have a fruitiness, kind of a sweet fruitiness, some general woods in here, nice sandalwood, and a little bit of a creamy sweet iris, which is kind of a trend nowadays, and it's done to perfection here in this one. Definitely a great blind buy if you like little bits and pieces and hints of iris mixed with a bunch of maninka fruit. You would love this. Next up, we have Mercedes-Benz Infinite Spicy, and this one was perfumed by Olivier Cresp. So this was actually a really cool thing that Mercedes-Benz did with this particular line. Basically, they actually kind of, for lack of a better expression, just showed a little bit more respect to the perfumers, I guess, or maybe gave them some more recognition by actually putting their names on the bottle and officially in the title of these as well. Not only do you have this, but you have one that was done by Alberto Marias, and I can't remember which one he did, and then a few others that were done by some master perfumers. This is one in particular that you can get easily right now for about $40. All of the other ones are very hard to find, so it's kind of a random thing where a bunch of stock of this was discovered and now you can buy it, at least for the time being. So this is definitely a great collector's piece you should pick up. Worst case, you don't like it, you could sell it probably for more than you paid for on eBay. This one's got Sichuan pepper, juniper berries, cardamom, some cashmere in here as well. But it really is all about the spices, guys. No surprise there, but it's done in a real nice way. Another one that's very classy and refined, gentlemanly smelling. Nothing youthful, nothing playful about this one. It is sharp and spicy and strong, very crisp, very refreshing. Another one that smells great in the springtime. Next up, we have Hugo Boss Selection. So this one happens to be a really nice cheapie here, and another one from Hugo Boss, which is pretty cool. They do have a lot of blind buy safe scents, and this one happens to be like in the $25 range for anywhere from 100 ml, and they do have some 90 mLs. This is a 90. They also have a 100, which is kind of an interesting thing that they did with the bottles. I guess they just wanted to go in a bit of a different direction. So I think sometimes you have the option on which one you want to buy. So, you know, you can make the decision on that for you. Whichever one is a better price per mil is the one I would get. Now, this one here, it's got musk, pink pepper, and grapefruit going on. So on paper, it doesn't look like anything special. And to be fair, this isn't, you know, a master creation, something that is mind-blowing, crazy, unique. However, it is not really like anything else either. Nice, clean musk, pink pepper. It's just real pleasant. This is the quintessential work fragrance or school fragrance or just everyday wear, casual type of scent that you can throw on, not have to spend a lot of money on. Go out and you just smell great, refreshing, clean, and well put together. This is another one that's going to shine in the upcoming spring season. And we might as well piggyback from one cheapie / relatively affordable scent to another with this one right here, MISSONI Parfum. This one's right around that $40 range, 100 ml magnetic cap. Not a true parfum, actually an eau de parfum. So, you know, little tidbit of information there for you. However, this one does perform fine. It's got lemon, grapefruit, some birch in here along with some other woods going on. A nice, clean, woody, masculine scent, kind of in the similar vein of Bleu de Chanel a little bit, but just executed in a different manner. Doesn't really have the grapefruit incense going on, but it does kind of have a little bit of that birchy, woody feel and, you know, some of that lemon kind of grapefruit combo just in a different way. Doesn't have the smokiness, doesn't have kind of the ambery blue fragrance type of thing going on. Just much more focus on woods and some mild, spicy accords in here. But really what makes this one so special at the end of the day is the price to performance to quality and smell ratio. Basically everything is revolving around the fact that you can get this for well under $50. This is a true steal at the price point it comes in at on discounters, again right around $40, and it's just one that you gotta have, and it's a great easy blind buy to make. Next up, we have Stronger With You Absolutely, one of my all-time favorite flankers in this line. They've got a lot of them at this point, but this one still, to me, is the winner. You know, this just does it so well. So it's got that Tonka vanilla combo, but with some rum in addition, and then the chestnut, which is used across the line as well. So for me, anytime a flanker comes out and it's a parfum and also they've kind of added a little bit of a boozy accord to it, it gets my attention. And usually it makes it more refined, a little bit more well thought out, a little bit of more kind of a well put together type of scent smell. You know, the DNA just comes together and I don't know, kind of has a little bit more of a richness to it. That's really what I like to see in my flankers, and that's pretty much exactly what this one is. Now, this type of thing is in high demand. You know, like I said, it just came back in stock recently. Sent out an email, but, you know, it's one of those things where you just had to be on the lookout for it. It's not impossible to get, but you just have to be diligent. If you really want it, just stay on the lookout, check the discounters, just get on my mailing list. That'll make it the easiest for you. Don't even have to do any work. Sign up, click, forget it, and when it comes in stock, I'll just shoot you an email over and you can pick it up if you're to that email on time, because these do usually go pretty quick. That being said, it's a great blind buy to make if you're into the more modern style of men's fragrance. Definitely one worth checking out. All right, up next we have the, I guess it's not the only niche scent in this list. It's the second and final one. The first one being technically Guerlain. This one also is an affordable niche scent though. In fact, it's kind of designer priced and cheaper than a good bulk majority of a lot of the top designer fragrances out there for men, which is crazy to say. MANCERA CEDRAT BOISE, 4 ounce, 120 ml, goes anywhere from, you know, as low as 80, 79, to as high as retail 180. Definitely don't pay that, but on discounters usually it can go up to 90, 95, but it's going to be in that right under that $100 range, right around in there. And again, 120 mils, so you're getting about 20 extra than the general size, and even at this price point with this price per mil, significantly more affordable than a lot of the top dogs out there, your Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, and the list goes on, right? A lot of those designers, even at discounters, are more expensive than this. It's crazy. But this is a great blind buy to make. It was my first ever niche fragrance purchase ever, okay? And it was a blind buy, of course, right? And to this day, it holds a special part in my heart for that reason, but also because it's so good. I still wear it to this day. This is my original bottle. It's seen better days. I've used a lot. I've been wearing the new Intense version more than this, so I've put a little dent in that one as well. Also a great one and also a blind buy on my part. But it's one that I could safely recommend to you guys. If you're wanting to make your first niche purchase and you don't want to go crazy with a Parfums de Marly or a Xerjoff where you're paying hundreds of dollars, go for this. You're not paying any more than the top designers. You're paying less, but you're getting a true niche scent. You're getting that premium feel, that great quality, that great performance. All around, you can't go wrong with it. I guess I should talk a little bit about the scent really quickly here, even though you've probably heard it and you know it anyway. But it's essentially fruits and woods. Sweetness from the fruity accords off the top, woods in the base. It kind of gets compared to Aventus, but it really is much different. You know, it's not an Aventus clone. It's maybe loosely inspired at that, but it's fruits and woods. Simplest way to put it, done in the best way possible. Second to last, we have AZZARO, the most wanted parfum. So this one has bourbon vanilla, it's got ginger and some woods. Pretty standard 3-note breakdown here. But it does have a little bit of a booziness, believe it or not, from that bourbon vanilla accord, which smells great. The ginger off the top of this gives it this kind of fizzy grape smell. Pick up on it immediately, and then some woods drying down. So it's kind of a different take on the DNA. Sweet, it's fizzy, it's sparkly, it's bubbly, but it's also a little bit gourmand, a little slight bit boozy. So in one way or another, a little bit of a mature, kind of refined aspect works its way into this. But ultimately, this has quickly become one of my favorite flankers in the entire line. Right there behind Wanted by Night. I love this stuff. And last up, I saved this one for last because it's so obvious and you guys come to expect this one from me. And, you know, why do I put it in the videos? Just because this has done me so well over the years. Blind bought this when I was first starting out. It was one of my first really expensive designer purchases. You know, I mean, even now at discounters, it's over $100, way more than CEDRAT BOISE, right? 120, 130 for the standard large size bottle, a little bit less, 90, 95 for the 2.5 ounce, but it's expensive, guys. And this is money that was so well spent. And now I have like 6 or 7 or 8 bottles of it. It's Acqua di Gio Profumo. This is my signature scent. This is probably the scent that is most directly tied to me. And look, I'm okay with it. Call it basic, call it boring, whatever. I don't care. I've got the best of the best, and I've got the worst of the worst behind me on the floor in boxes all over the place. Okay, I have plenty to choose from, but I still go back to this, and that's saying something. It's got incense, it's got patchouli, sea notes, right? Smells great. Nice smoky take on that aquatic DNA. Smells like a summer night on the beach. Love this stuff. And money well spent, like I said. It's even a true parfum concentration, which you guys know I love, and great performance out of it as well. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 of the best blind buys that I've ever made. These worked out great in my favor. Money well spent across the board here. And so I would say if your taste aligns with mine in any way, a lot of these could serve you well also if you're going into them blind. Links will be down below. Deals will be on my mailing list and my community tab as well. So if you're on the hunt for anything rare, hard to find, good deals, etc., hit that link down below, get signed up, kick back, and enjoy the deals. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.